lucky rabbit's foot. Fur coats. Tortoiseshell compact. Ivory piano keys. Each day, most of us are exposed to products which are derived from animals. We've been using these things for so long that we've forgotten where they come from and what pain and suffering they've caused. Today, it's difficult to avoid seeing fur coats, for even if your family doesn't have any in your home, you see them on television, at the movies, in newspapers and magazines, and on the street. We look at coats made from fur as symbols of status and wealth, but at what price? Trapping animals is an old American tradition. Animal pelts were sold for the making of clothing and blankets. Today we have cotton and synthetics from which we can make these items. But millions of animals are still being caught in traps. Trappers typically use something like this, a steel leg-hole trap, and they usually set it where animals are known to look for food and water. When the trap is triggered, the jaws snap shut with the force and pain equal to having your hand slammed in a car door. A trap like this has been deemed inhumane and declared illegal in more than 70 countries. In the United States, however, the issue has been left to each individual state. But only 3 have passed legislation banning its use. What these 3 states realized is that a steel leg-hole trap does not kill the trapped animal. Instead, the animals endure great pain and suffering until the trapper returns to kill his prey, most often by clubbing or suffocation. Trappers suffocate animals by standing on their chests. In their desperation, animals twist and turn, making the wound worse. They often try to free themselves by chewing off the limb caught in the trap. But even if they do get free, the loss of blood and slowed reaction to predators most often leads to death. Animals commonly trapped are fox, mink, beaver, otter, muskrat, raccoon, and coyote. But these are not the only ones caught in traps. Birds, deer, farm animals, dogs, and cats, even people are victims. Trappers call these non-target animals because the ones that do not get away are most often discarded or cut up as bait. This is a full-length muskrat coat. 50 muskrats were killed in order to make this coat. It is estimated that as many as 100 non-target animals were killed in order to capture those 50 muskrats. That means this coat could have cost the lives of over 100 animals. Trappers say they help control the populations of some animals, but the fact is, trapping all but eliminated the lynx and the wolf. And the populations of rapidly breeding species like the coyote and raccoon remain virtually unchanged. Trappers also say they help control the spread of disease by capturing and killing those who are sick. But in fact, an animal that's sick doesn't move around or eat as much as one that is healthy, reducing the chances of these animals being caught in a trap. In a recent survey of trappers, 95% said they trapped only as a hobby. Most fur used today comes from fur farms, where animals are raised for the sole purpose of killing them for their fur. With the confinement of these wild animals comes a variety of afflictions. Total deafness, a nervous jerking of the head, any number of psychological and physical deformities. And when they are less than a year old, the animals are killed and their fur harvested. A broken neck, suffocation, electrocution. These methods are cheap and do not harm the animal's fur. But fur is not the only thing we unthinkingly take from animals. Ivory comes from the tusks of elephants. 100,000 elephants are killed every year by poachers who remove the tusks and leave the elephant to rot. Crocodiles, alligators, and turtles have been on this earth virtually unchanged for 175 million years. Yet now, the numbers of these reptiles are shrinking to the point where some are on the list of endangered species. Sea turtles are sought after for their shells, which are used for jewelry and trinkets. Alligators and crocodiles are killed for their skin, used to make shoes, wallets, bags, and clothing. Whales die so that we can make oil, cosmetics, and other products. Seals die for their fur. Many countries around the world believe that it is unjust to kill whales, elephants, and so many other animals. But the killing continues and will continue until people stop buying products made from animals. This is not just a question of extinction, it is a question of whether we have the right to take an animal's life for such unnecessary and self-serving reasons.
It is not designed to kill the animal quickly. So not only is there intense pain from the pressure of these steel jaws, but when the animal tries to move his leg out is when it causes the most damage. It's been banned in quite a few countries. 80 countries, I believe, have banned the steel jaw leg hold trap. Unfortunately, America is not one of them. And the regulations vary by state with the frequency of how often a trapper must check his trap.
To change things, become more aware of the products you buy, more conscious of the animal-derived products around you, and help others to do the same. Consider alternatives: imitation fur, synthetic ivory. These are readily available and have many of the same qualities as the real thing.
My mother and father don't watch these videos and they're not aware of these kind of things, so how am I supposed to teach them or tell them about these kind of cruelty things that are going on.
That's a good point. You can share your knowledge about the things that we've talked about today, and remember that when you grow up, which is coming very soon, you will make the decisions and make the conscious decisions to use the products that are cruelty-free and help the animals.
By choosing to avoid animal-derived products, you are reducing their demand. You are making an important statement that will be heard. You can show your commitment by wearing an anti-fur button, writing letters, and participating in animal rights demonstrations. Because people have made such statements in the past, consideration is being given to restoring the wolf to its home in Yellowstone National Park. The killing of baby harp seals is all but eliminated, and the fur industry is starting to feel the effect of the grassroots campaign against it. Contact the ASPCA, your local humane society, or animal rights groups for information on activities in your community. The price these animals pay is too great. Together, we can eliminate the pain and suffering and the needless killing of animals.